Have you done the work to break or end or revise a soul contract only to feel the continued connection to the other person? Did it make you doubt yourself or your spiritual tools? Or worse, make you believe that the soul contract couldn't be completed? Well, I had a client last week that felt really confused over a soul contract that she believed ended quite a while ago, but the other person kept popping up in her energy field, in her thoughts, in her feelings, and it was really making her question herself. During a soul coaching session, I asked her soul, what was up with that? And they led us on a journey of soul connections versus soul contracts and how you can break or upgrade a soul contract, but sometimes the deep soul connection remains at the forefront, and what to do with that. Welcome, beautiful souls, to your multidimensional journey. I am Tracy Canberra, and today we're exploring the differences between soul contracts and soul connections and how understanding these agreements and reworking them really drive your ascension into fifth dimensional consciousness. Also, we're calling in the archangels to go through a different process of upgrading or ending soul contracts and honoring the soul connections afterwards. As I explained in the last episode, soul contracts are sacred agreements that we make before incarnating into this lifetime. These divine blueprints outline the major lessons, challenges, growth opportunities that our souls have chosen to experience in this lifetime. And unlike legal contracts in 3D, soul contracts are fluid agreements made with unconditional love as their foundation. They represent the highest vision of what our unique souls came here to experience. Soul contracts often involve karmic lessons we've chosen to resolve, specific challenges designed for our spiritual evolution, soul missions that contribute to the collective consciousness, and the most common and biggest one that I see in sessions, the roles we agreed to play in others' journeys. Because sometimes we're not the star of this soul contract, we're the supporting role. What many people don't realize is that soul contracts are not fixed destinies. They're living agreements that can be renegotiated as we evolve and ascend. The universe honors our free will above all else. And that's why we can break or end or renegotiate or call in new soul contracts. And remember, in a soul coaching session with me, I connect with your soul and your spirit team, and I can see the soul contracts and the soul connections. So together with your soul, I see what soul contracts you're meant to end, upgrade, or break, as well as the enduring soul connections, what other lives you two have together, and how the soul connections will shift or grow or fade. So I've left a link below so you can book a session for your transformation. While soul contracts focus on agreements and opportunities, soul connections represent the energetic bonds between souls who have chosen to walk together and work together through various lifetimes, sometimes just a few, sometimes quite a few. In my experience, the deeper the soul connection, the more lives the two of you have together. Soul connections can include soul family members that are here supporting our journey, twin flames that mirror our deepest wounds and greatest potential, soul friends who appear at pivotal moments to guide us and support us, and karmic partners who help us balance the energies from our past lives, our other lives. The key difference is this: soul contracts determine what we experience, while soul connections involve with whom we share these experiences. Soul connections carry a distinct energetic signature, the feeling of, I've known you forever, when you first meet someone. These connections often transcend time and space, creating an instant recognition beyond our human logical understanding. Your meeting may be marked by meaningful coincidences that seem to be orchestrated by the universe, or you keep encountering them in unexpected places. The soul connection relationship, whether it be friendship, family, or romantic, often develops with unusual speed and depth. You may find yourself sharing your deepest thoughts and feelings, your truest authentic self, without the usual guardedness or trust buildup. You might physically feel their presence before seeing them, or experience energy shifts when you're together, or feel a lingering energetic imprint after parting. You may experience moments of knowing what they're thinking or feeling, even across great distances, dreaming of them during significant moments in their lives, or sensing when they need support. All of this is telepathy, which is very much on the rise this year. Soul connections expressed as twin flames often reflect your deepest wounds or unacknowledged aspects of self. These relationships have an uncanny way of highlighting what needs healing or integration. You'll find soul connection relationships catalyze profound growth, often pushing you toward your authentic purpose, your soul mission, or helping you shed limiting beliefs so you can complete your life path and ascend more quickly. Getting back to soul contracts. How do you know when a soul contract is ready for renegotiation? Because you don't always need to break it. A soul contract can come to a natural completion, or you can find that you want to rewrite it or upgrade it rather than ending it with finality. So, how do you know? Well, your soul communicates it to you through various signals. These include recurring challenges that feel impossibly difficult as you've already received your answer. You've already shifted your thinking, your feeling, your energy, yet it's not resolving the contract. That is a big indication that you're complete with your end of the soul contract and you're ready for your next level of growth and ascension. Another signal is physical symptoms that persist despite healing work. And that's your body's way of showing you you're operating under outdated spiritual agreements. Or a deep sense of misalignment, feeling off path. That is a sign that you've evolved beyond the original soul contract. Now, these are just a few of the many signals your soul gives you, and resistance to these signs only amplifies their intensity. When we acknowledge these messages with gratitude, with acceptance, then we can begin the deep process of upgrading, breaking, or completing our soul contracts, and even bringing in new soul contracts. Remember, to complete a soul contract is a profound act of co-creation with your soul, with Source, with the entire universe, as it affects so many more beings than just you and the other person. And most importantly, the soul connections may still remain after you shift soul contracts. And we'll get to that in just a minute. By recognizing soul contracts that are overdue or outdated on your end, you are acknowledging your awareness and awakening, thus your readiness to anchor in and embody higher frequency. Now, the last episode, we used the Black Dragon of Purification and the Ruby Dragon of the Root Chakra to break soul contracts. This week, we're turning to the archangels to assist us in upgrading our soul contracts and our soul connections. Remember, you can call upon support from any beings you wish, whomever you're aligned with most at this current time. For me, this week, I'm hanging with the goddesses and the archangels. So that's what I'm leaning into. So let's call in the archangels. Dear ones, this is Archangel Aurora standing with Archangel Michael, and of course, all of the archangels in your angelic team are surrounding you in this now moment to assist you not only with your soul contracts and soul connections, but with your very ascension. For now is the time. We ask you to begin by creating sacred space within you. This means a quiet space, whether out in nature or within a private space within your home, wherever you feel most comfortable to step into your highest awareness. Next, dear one, set the intention to connect with your soul your angels, your guides, your entire spirit team. We all witness your soul contracts, and we are so very happy to help you with them. Now, visualize yourself standing in a circle of divine light. Focus your attention on an event, a situation, another person that you feel is a soul contract that you would like to change, whether it be ending it or renegotiating it. First, express deep gratitude for your experiences and growth that this soul contract has facilitated. Next, bring forth the other or others involved within this soul contract. Bring them into the circle with you. Ask your angels and guides to call in the highest frequencies of unconditional love and surround yourself and the others with this unconditional love. Declare your intention to release any soul contracts with them that no longer serve your highest good. Repeat with love and gratitude. I choose to release all soul contracts with this person that no longer align to my highest good and the highest good of all involved. Watch as the other fades from your circle. Open your arms wide, call in more unconditional love and support, and repeat. I choose to release all soul contracts with all others that are no longer in my highest joy, my highest growth. I am ready to receive updated soul contracts that reflect my current level of consciousness. I am ready to activate new, higher dimensional soul contracts that reflect my highest embodiment. Dear ones, feel the energy shift as outdated and completed soul contracts dissolve into pure light, releasing themselves from your sacred circle. Visualize upgraded and new soul contracts as living streams of light flowing into your sacred circle, into your light body field, and then into your physical vessel. This light is imbued with divine timing and perfect wisdom. With your arms open wide, feel the gratitude for the souls that have agreed to these new contracts with you and for your higher frequencies giving you the ability to enter into these contracts. Affirm now, I am ready to embark on this new chapter of my soul journey. I trust the divine unfolding of these upgraded soul contracts. You may spend a few moments enjoying the freedom and heart opening from your realigned, completed, or new soul contracts. Dear ones, remember soul connections are not bound by physical interaction. The purpose of your soul contract may be fulfilled, but the soul connection may be continuing in ways beyond your current comprehension. But we will tell you, dear one, if the soul connection feels painful or outdated, consider a gentle cord cutting process. Not to sever the soul connection, no, but to release unhealthy attachments while preserving the sacred essence of the bond you have with another. For humans do not break soul connections, only souls do. You can minimize the interaction, the feelings and the thoughts of another, but if there is a deep soul connection across lives, then it will always remain in this life of yours. So what is needed, dear ones, is acceptance, appreciation, love, and gratitude. They may always be in your field, but that does not mean you must interact with them. Although they may come around again in your life in a different way. Trust that if reconnection is meant to occur in this lifetime, it will happen in divine timing. If you are still feeling connected to other souls after you have realigned, upgraded, or ended the soul contract, then ask yourself while thinking of the other person, what quality or truth did this person awaken in me? What aspect of self do I wish to remain in contact with, to grow with love? That will show you soul connections that are meant to continue. So, dear ones, you may indeed end your soul contracts while maintaining divine soul connections. And in this upcoming time of ascension, you will find more soul connections, deeper soul connections within humanity. For as you open up to more unconditional love, you recognize more of your soul connections. And we, the archangels, are always here to assist with that. Call upon us. Okay, thank you, archangels. Remember, no matter what you do with the soul contract, that action naturally aligns you with 5D consciousness and above, where unconditional love, unity awareness, and conscious co-creation become your new and constant experience. In 5D consciousness, soul contracts shift from challenge-based learning to joy-based expansion. Pain is no longer the primary teacher in 5D. Inspiration, divine flow, and cosmic co-creation become your guides. This means that your relationships may transform as well. Soul connections based on karmic healing could very well evolve into partnerships founded on mutual soul expansion and service to the collective consciousness. So as your vibration rises after ending or upgrading a soul contract, you naturally attract soul connections that mirror your new frequency, or you find that old soul contract participants, those soul connections shift and expand with you. Now, those that cannot resonate with your upgraded energy may naturally fall away, and this is the root of the great chasm, the great reality split and timeline break that we are now experiencing on Earth and that will continue throughout this year. Also, remember that soul connections exist primarily at an energetic level. Physical separation doesn't diminish their reality or their importance. These connections fulfill their purpose whether we remain in contact with a person or not. The energetic bond continues beyond space and time. It is multidimensional. So you can end a soul contract and still maintain an emotional, physical, or energetic soul connection to the other person. And once you've discerned that it's not an unhealthy attachment, but rather a deep, divine, enduring soul connection, you can finally move into acceptance and honor of the other and focus back on your own ascension. And again, if you want support, I see the validity, depth, and permanence of soul connections, as well as seeing which soul contracts are up for change, new soul contracts coming in, and old ones that are meant to go. The link is below for you to book a session with me. Transformation is both personal and collective. As you break or upgrade your soul contracts and accept your deep soul connections and celebrate them your own way, you contribute to the ascension of our shared collective consciousness. Because ascension is a unity consciousness journey. And I, for one, am so thrilled to be ascending with you, beautiful souls. Until next time, I open my heart to you with gratitude and love for who you are and where you're heading.